Exactly. And, there's so much we could do, like churches that are watching right now or listening by the way of TV and radio. Get involved with the Christian Shelter because, there's plenty for everybody to do. And to reach out and to support and even donate. How can people just if they want to send you a love offering or just some way like that to get involved to further the Christian Shelter? How can they do that?
Jonathan, we have right now, and I'm glad you asked that, we have a great need at the shelter.
Okay.
And we have a great need for financial support. We have a program that we feel like that would solve every problem that we have financially. And that would be our 100 for 100 program.
Okay.
And what we would like to do is to find 100 people, 100 families, 100 Sunday school classes, 100 churches within our area here that would promise to give us $100 a month for 12 months.
Right.
And if we could do that, then that would solve all of our budget constraints and all of our budget problems. We could pay our bills each month without stressing over that. God has really been good to us at the shelter.
Yes.
And, there's times, even since I've been there for the last 2 years, that we get right down to the end of the month and there's just nothing left. And then someone will walk in with a donation or, even we had a guy not too long ago came in and asked Lance what was our last donation, and he told him, and he sat down and wrote a check for $5,000.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And it's things like that. God will provide for the shelter if we'll just call on Him and let Him work and do that.
And it's so wonderful because, it's touching people. And you've seen, as well as I have, people that's out on the street and within your heart they don't have a home. Maybe the man on the bicycle or the man under the bridge. And a lot of times they got so much pride, they feel backward about coming and even asking for help. And, that ain't the way to be. If you need help, that's what you all are there for, to help somebody.
We are, and we encourage those that really would like to have some help. If you see someone that needs some help and they do, then refer them to the shelter and let us see what we can do for them. And as Lance said, we're not a medical facility, we're not a drug rehab, that type of thing, but we do try to help people, and we understand people have issues and problems.
Right.
And maybe we can refer those people and get them the help they need, and while we're providing shelter and food for them.
That's wonderful because they are a lot of people that don't have the food in the shelter and don't have a roof over their heads. And, it's just a hard time for people. But, they've got it inside their heart that, they can further their life. They can go on and have something good. They don't have to stay in that shape is what I'm saying.
That's true. And Lance was on the way up here. Lance was telling me about a success story that there was a gentleman that came to the shelter. And when he came, Lance really felt like that, this guy is probably not going to do the right thing. He's kind of odd looking. He's kind of weird. And you think that about people because they don't look like you or act like you.
Right.
But, they're still human beings and they have different circumstances. This guy stayed with us. I'm not quite sure, but I know he was there probably for 90 days at least. And he was able to get an apartment. He was able to save some money while he was there so he could pay for his down payment on his apartment or whatever. And he is, he's doing great now. We keep in touch with him. He's learned to take care of himself. And, that's just one of our success stories. And we have many. We really do.
Oh, exactly.
As Lance said, we can't help everyone. But, if you just touch one or two, then it's worth it all.
Right. And Mr. Lance, let's talk about this. What if somebody comes to the shelter and don't even have clothes or something like that?
With clothing, we ask if people want to donate clothes. We work with Goodwill here in London, Kentucky, and what that does is if someone takes and donates some clothes that they have laying around the house or whatever from a garage sale that they're not using anymore, they take them to Goodwill in care of the shelter. Make sure that's an important thing, is tell them it's for the London Christian Shelter for the Homeless. They put that in an account for us basically, and we're able to give people with need for clothing, appliances, furniture when they move out. We give them vouchers to take up there and get all that stuff for free.
Right.
And if someone has, I mean, we give them, even people that aren't residents, they're depending upon the amount of money we have in the account. We try to help people in the community as well.
And, you know, that's so wonderful because, you know, wintertime, people ain't got the jackets, good socks to wear or shoes. So if you're listening and if you've got plenty of things stored up, give to somebody unfortunate that don't have those things. Donate to Goodwill, donate to the Christian Shelter, donate, you know, those items that you don't even need, because, you know, helping somebody goes a long way.